Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Christelle Martinette, and I'm breaking my holiday silence. But I'm coming in with a mid-January, from January 15th to the end of January, I'm reading now, it must be the 6th of January, and I'll be uploading them to tell you how many celebrations that we will be celebrating coming up. So there is a New Year celebration in a Julian calendar, the celebration that has sort of like a Christmas, then a New Year's coming up. But January 15th itself has a numerous amount of celebrations that we can follow. For example, there is the National Hat Day on a very low level, but for those of us who wear hats, and I'm a hat wearer, I celebrate. There's a Humanitarian Day on January 15th. There's also the National Sanctity of Human Life Day, which every year I come in and celebrate. January is an especially particular month for me. For those of us who like ice cream, there's a Strawberry Ice Cream Day, the 15th of January. But also there is World Religion Day, which is always the third Sunday of January, and World Snow Day. And here, I'm in the mountains now, and if you can see out that window, it's all white. We have about coming up to a yard of snow, 1, 2, 3 feet. It's at a meter now. I was just outside, it was freezing outside. I've been shoveling. So this is just to welcome you back and welcome myself back. Now let's get into the second half of January reading. Hi Taurus, it's Christelle Martinette, and here I'm mixing the Vera Sibilla cards, the Oracle deck, to spread for you to see what's coming up in the second half of January from the 15th to the 31st. And then I'll be highlighting a couple of areas with the Silver Witchcraft Tarot that I have here and casting them the runes. Let's see what happens in the second part of the month of January. Okay. Well, interesting contrasts that occur to you here. Yeah, but I remember that we talked perhaps it was the last reading, when I was mentioning you wanted to take things to a higher level, tie the knot, offer the ring, and I'm seeing that again, but there's still issues with doing that, with giving that ring, putting that ring on her finger or on his, and what I'm seeing is that you are always in the situation. Again, this is just general readings. There are many of you who are not partnered, but what I'm seeing is a message that I have to give you is that there is a much complicity in the relationship on a physical level. And it's always been that way. And you both are very faithful to that image of touch, of warmth, of love. And it's mutual. It's the mutual nature of expressing love is very bonding for you both. Now, you still are single, though. This is for those of you who are, or you feel single. But still, there is the underlying thought, I'm ready to pair up with this person. I'm ready to live with this person. There's going to be a lot of thought the second half of from January about that. And there, however, will be some kind of, there's this falsità, the cat, falsehoods, lies, right in the middle of the spread. And under that is the militare, the military, which smacks of something being kept under wraps. And it's not lies, because right after that I have La Vecchia Signora, which tells me that you're going to be scheming for a positive result. But what is going to happen is, yes, there will be a positive result, but then the ladro, who also speaks to change, but to a negative change, they're going to be very angry at you, the other party. And there's something that you're doing on your own that you should have shared. Okay, now look at the tarot for that. And even the notion even comes up, and you suggest that perhaps you and your partner could together open a business. Maybe it would be, if we can't live together, or if we can't get married, if we can't take our plans up at one level, why don't we at least try to work together? So at least we'll be seeing each other more, and we'll be forced to stay together. These are things that have been crossing your mind, and I have to say, there is some kind of desire, underlying desire to have a family. You're ready to have a family, and you don't even dare say that to the other party. And of course, for those of you who do have a family, there's this nostalgia, this malinconia, this looking back, this melancholy card that talks about, yes, we do have a family, but wasn't it nice when? And the whole reading reverses for those of you who are already partnered, who have children, who are not of childbearing age. You look back and go through your life in review. Well, I remember that time when he said to me, I'm sure it wasn't, I took it wrong then, but, so you go back and you review your life. So there's this the reading shows two types of energy, those younger who are starting out now, and the older who are looking back. And there's a general sort of a mismatch with your desires, hopes, and dreams, and the reality of the situation, in both cases for different reasons. And the last card that I have here is this domestico. And when there is a last card like that on its own, it is something that goes away, something that is removed from the spread. And what does the domestico do? The domestico is always a secretive person, a sly son of a gun, a person who hides things. And this is going to be gone. It seems that the cards are saying and suggesting, counseling you to bring your plans up on the table and discuss it with your partner, and that will ease the difficulty in going back in life for those older and for going forward. There'll be a negotiation process as to the reality of what was felt and experienced, both in the past and what you would like to see in the future. I'm going to take this Silver Witchcraft tarot, and first put it on this Falsità the cat. Yes. Okay, now look, we have a progression here. We have the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we also have the King of Cups. Now, these are emotions that move you to push forward a plan, an idea of coming together, which in nature is financial, but that ultimately serves you to feed your emotions. You want to be together. I'm going to take the tarot over the Domestico here, the last card, to see if I've got that right. Okay, now we've got here the Six of Swords. Now remember that, Six of Swords, the Queen of Cups. Now this is a couple. There is now the King and the Queen and the King of Pentacles. Now, first of all, the King of Swords is telling us, okay, if this Domestico leaves, keeping things hidden, if this is moving you both with your Queen to another area, of a more profitable area, both romantically and economically, she too feels it's necessary. And the King of Pentacles here talks about time, how it takes time. Well, this is actually you, Taurus. It talks about how it is necessary to take further time to make plans mature, come to a head, and negotiate the details of that plan with your partner. I'm going to take the tarot over these two cards under the other two decks I didn't choose. Okay, interesting this. We have the Queen of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. You will recall that these were, that I probably didn't show you, the deliranti, the delirious ones, the delirious man, and gifts, which was a very odd contrast. I mentioned how contrasting cards, contrasting energies. The Queen of Swords, we have then the Ten of Wands and the Ace of Cups. And of course, those two were announcing the distinct needs of the couple that you both know, Taurus and you yourself know, but wanted to circumvent those needs and go right. You wanted to get a shortcut to being together. Burdened, the cards are telling you that would create a burden in love. You're starting out, and I'm talking again about both age groups, those who are starting out coming forward and those who are looking back but starting to go into a new phase of your life. You really need to deal with that together and negotiate what that means for you both and how you want to both face that. If you want to stay together, I'm going to cast the runes over this. Okay, what do we got here? We've got tons of things here. All right. First of all, let's do they're all beautiful runes. First of all, the one that is not so beautiful is, again, a highlighting that if you don't have the other person privy to your plans and part and parcel of your discussions, notions, and reveries for those of older, it will cause difficulties. But they too, chances are that they too, Lagos, Merkstave, and Gifu, they too are feeling the same way. Again, a timing rune. In time, the plans need to come about. You can't project a family. You can't plan to have a family unless both parties are moving along and growing at the same time. Going down memory lane, I have Sohilo, a very strange position, right over the Melancholia. And what it's telling me is that if you are able to go back and experience that reverie, even the younger coming forward, if you're able to go back as far as you can and understand what happiness means for you, the success is yours. It will come your way. Negotiating with the partner. Why do I say that? I have Otala, Merkstave, and Ing, Brightstave. It's always Brightstave, Ing. And these two talk about a key to being together in one place. And one place can be a metaphysical place. It also can be a material place. It could be a home, which is usually, it really stands for the key to a home. And I'm thinking of it as both metaphysical and physical. But the last three runes really I have here are Awats, Anzus, which is our last rune, and Raido. They are speaking of protection going forward, journeying together forward, not in terms of where you're moving in time, forward together as a couple, whether you look back and review, or whether you're thinking of moving forward, these two different age groups. And the key is communication, Ansus. That's the watchword for the second half of January. Namaste, my Taurus friends. I hope this was of help. Until we read together again. Bye-bye.